Welcome and welcome back. If you've been here before, I pray that you would like and subscribe. This is part two of the operational test and evaluation of my Kabolite number 2. I took out the old hydraulic system and replaced it with a miniature 3-valve hydraulic block with a miniature pump that's rated at 5 MPa. And the purpose of this test is to see if all my connections are together, to check once again for my leaks, and to see how this is operating. I've already done some things with it, and it is much better than the original equipment. It's stronger and smoother, and I made a few adjustments, so here it is. This is pretty wet topsoil that I'm working with here. This is the kind that is blended with not pure soil. So I use it for filler, and then I'll come out with some pure soil to go over it. As you can see, it's handling this pretty well. Most of the time I see a lot of digging with sandy, very loose soil. This isn't muddy, but it is moist and it is heavier, and it's handling it much better than it did with the original equipment. A little messy, got to get used to the controls. I also modified my lift angle upgrade on my dump truck. I had to kind of modify the metal pieces that initially came, but I replaced it with that red wire to make that final connection between the gate opener and that stanchion on the side that makes it possible for the tailgate to open when you dump. And that looks a bit smoother than it used to, so I'm going to call that a success. So far on both of these upgrades, I'm very pleased with the performance. With the excavator, I'm just going to have to really take a good look and keep checking for the leaks. Every time I think I've solved it, I come up with something else, and again, I have some kind of jury rig parts in there from Ranger, since I didn't have the proper T and hose connections made for this kind of equipment. Seems like it's working okay so far though. Probably should have given you guys a better angle. I apologize for that. I haven't buttoned up the engine bay on this one yet because I keep going in there to make adjustments. Hopefully after this one I'll be able to go on and secure it, keep some of that dirt out of it, and have something at least relatively permanent until I get the additional upgrade valve and the proper hardware to put on the inside. I love the way the stick is able to continue digging in there, and I don't have to lift the arm to get a deeper bite of material, which is what I had to do with the old system. I had to curl, and then I had to bring the stick in. And as I was doing that, I had to start coming up on the boom. Otherwise, I just got to the point where there was no movement. So far, I am very impressed with the operation of this. I'm very impressed with the smoothness of my dump now. I did have a bolt or two come loose on the dump truck, so it wasn't totally the upgrade that has it performing this way, but it looks much better than it used to. One or two more loads and I'll call test number 2 a success. After I search for leaks in my Kabolite, I think I need to recharge this battery though. I tell you, I really enjoy this hobby, and where I get, other than when I'm studying or teaching the Word of God, this is where I get the most peace in my life. I love and enjoy everything else I do, but for my quiet time, I want to either be doing this or studying the Word of God. And I love all the other vicissitudes that life brings. I love family. I love community. I love this country and have no problem with all my responsibilities. But you know what? Every now and then, it's just good to get away. And this area underneath my porch where I have this project is, sorry about that, guys. I got to try to remember to change my camera angles. This is the man cave. Eventually, I hope to have a full-fledged man cave dedicated to peace, tranquility, and RC construction projects and equipment. It would be like the Aberdeen Proving Ground. You know, sometimes I think that I want to move into the higher-end excavator, and it might be nice to have one or two at some point in time. But right now, I'm really enjoying upgrading this 336 and seeing if I can get more bite for the dollar. And if I get one of those really nice, fancy, expensive ones at some point, it'll be nice. But I actually hope I can get a few more of these. So if there's anybody that's watching this video and you have a Kabolite 3 Series 6 and you're not happy with it, because I know when I got my first one, the quality control and a number of other things were not really great with this unit. There were a lot of complaints. So if you have one that you're not happy with, if it's not, especially if it's not running real good or not running properly and you want to sell it for a very reasonable price, I will be interested in buying it and upgrading it. Who knows, maybe I can monetize this if I can get it down to a science. I added a lot of weight to this truck, and I have another one that I bought from a friend that I need to, it's not quite running right, but I put some metal in those simulated tanks, and I'm not sure exactly what kind of steel that is I have under the bed, but it is very heavy, very dense. In fact, I wanted to cut it in half so that I could use it with my new truck if I can get it working right. And everyone I gave it to said they couldn't cut it, and everything they tried to cut it with, it just kind of laughed at it, which is pretty interesting. But it gives the truck really good weight, and I put hooks on the front and the back so that when it gets stuck in the work areas, I can pull it out with the excavator. You know, I really enjoy this hobby, and sometimes I wonder if I put a little too much time and money into it. But I'm still determined to, at some point, either, I don't know, with someone or somehow develop more of an American market, more of an ability for us to buy the equipment and the parts in America without the super extended wait periods, delivery charges, and all the other hassles we get from Switzerland and China and Germany, wherever else we get parts. There's obviously a market for it, and I'm just not sure. Just not sure how to get it going. I do have an entity in China that would be the I do have an entity in China that said he would be interested in a business plan when I come up with one. So who knows? Perhaps one day we'll be able to order parts and equipment and not have to wait weeks and not have to pay an arm and a leg. All right, that just about does it for this part 2 of my test. I'm going to break the equipment down, see what the impact of this little bit of work was on it, see if I have any new leaks on the 336, and see how my linkage is held up here with my dump truck. And hopefully soon I'll be able to bring out part 3, and hopefully part 3 of the video will show a solution to whatever problems I find as a result of whatever happened in part 2. Thank you very much. Again, I'd appreciate it if you liked the video and if you subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, happy digging, everybody. You know, one thing I did not mention, and it's worth an honorable mention, this was also a test of my new spotlight. It's flashing a little bit in the reflection from the camera, but I got 4 of these mini lights, and it really seems like it can do the job. And I can also have more nighttime, simulated nighttime operations with those. I have 4. I'm going to look at how I can mount them in the various work areas and have some fun. All right, thank you. Please come back. I hope to see you here again soon.